Welcome to my review of the research article titled Adopting Key Enhancers in Fitness in Asocial Red Squirrels by Gorrell, McAdam, Coltman, Humphries and Boutin. In today's society, the notion of adoption is considered an altruistic act and is readily accepted practice. But do other species exhibit this behaviour? And is the act of adoption a selfless endeavour, or are there ulterior motives behind it? Gorrell, along with other researchers of this article, set out to explore this idea with the focus of their study being on red squirrels. This animal is typically an asocial one that rarely interacts with its own kind, so they present a perfect test animal for Hamilton's rule. Hamilton's rule explains that the genetic relatedness of concerned animals, which represented as R, multiplied by the benefit of adoption to the adoptive mother, represented as B, must be greater than the cost the adoption will have on the mother and her litter, which is C. To test Hamilton's rule, researchers observed a single study population of red squirrels in Canada over the period of 19 years from 1989 to 2008. Close monitoring of individuals took place as they were tagged and details recorded of their maternal ancestry and relatedness were taken. Female pregnancies were monitored through location of nest, and young were removed to measure sex, height and number of pups in the litter. These factors were then measured after a 25-day period, and the young were fitted with an ear tag each and monitored thereafter until death or migration took place. Of the 2,230 litters studied, only 5 cases, as represented in Table 1 and highlighted in blue, were recorded of a female adopting orphan young. After analysis of relatedness, it was found that in all 5 cases, the female was closely related to the mum of the orphan young she adopted. Researchers also noticed that although the whole litter was left orphan, females would only take 1 pup from the litter. When Hamilton's rule is applied in this instance, it is evident that the benefit in terms of fitness outweighed the cost it would have on her own litter and energy requirements. 29 additional cases were recorded of litters becoming orphaned due to their mother's deaths, and none were adopted due to unrelatedness. Although, interestingly enough, 2 of these litters, as seen in Table 1 in the red section, did hold relatedness to neighbouring females. However, the levels of relatedness were evidently too low for passing of genetic lines to benefit the female, thus too low to satisfy Hamilton's rule. In summary of the study, Hamilton's rule was very much supported in the study as it was evident that red squirrels would only adopt orphan young if it was of a beneficial nature by passing on genetic line if this benefit outweighed the cost to herself and her own litter. Similar findings to the study include an article titled Hamilton's Rule and the Cause of Social Evolution, a very recent article published by Burke. This is quite a general take on the rule, though it does explore further in-depth analysis of the concept. Recommendations for future studies would be to experiment with other species in relation to Hamilton's Rule to see how they compare with the findings from this study concerning red squirrels.